The message today is salt and light.
Yes.
Are we?
All right.
Are we salt and light? That's what Jesus says we are. And I'm going to go on his word.
That's right.
But I still have to question, are we salt and light? We are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. It tells us this in Matthew 5 and 13. One thing you have to understand is salt is a preservative. And as a preservative, it only works when it penetrates food. It becomes useless when it's contaminated by anything else. Salt can't be used anymore. It's contaminated by anything. It must remain pure to do its job. If it's not pure, it's not going to do its job. We as Christians, we must remain the same way to do our job. To penetrate society and to help those in need, we have to stay the course of what God has put in our hearts to do. We become a preservative. Each and every one of us becomes salt. We become preservative, preserving it from the evil that's inherent in our society. We see it day in and day out. We look at it on the news. Evil is encompassing our world today. Things will happen today that you've never seen before. We have the opportunity because of satellite and all the dish and things like that to see a lot of things that we couldn't see before. So we can see something in our TV that's happening over there in Afghanistan, or that's happening over in Johannesburg, or that's happening in the furthest reaches and countries in the world. We can see that. But we also see that the world is getting very, very dark. We have to understand also that in that same sense that we see the darkness and the things that transpire in our world, we are still considered salt of the earth. And we have to do something to preserve our nation, to preserve our society. I thought about this last week and I said, if my wife is stopped at a gas station, she has no gas, or she's low, and she's trying to get to a location, guess what? I want her to have salt like Buddy to come and help her out. I want somebody like Brother Buddy to be the salt in her life. To come and say, hey, you need some help, let me help you out. And not look for something for his own advantage. I want that kind of salt. So we see that in society. A lot of times when these things transpire, we don't see salt, we see something else. Somebody's going to come at you, but they're looking for something else in return. They're looking for a phone number or a continuation just to help you out. They're looking for something because they're giving something. Salt doesn't look to give anything or get anything. It looks to give something, but it doesn't look to give anything. When you are preservative, you're looking to do one thing. The purpose is to preserve. Amen. Salt is also a flavor enhancer. Christians stand out as those who enhance the flavor of life in this world. That's what we do. That's part of our salt. It's part of our makeup.
Yes.
That's right.
We have to influence the world for good and to be a positive influence in our world today. Where there's strife, we have to be the peacemakers.
All right.
Where there's sorrow, we are to be the ministers of Christ, binding up the wounds.
Yes.
I'm going to read you a story, and when I read it, when I say binding up the wounds, when I read it, it's going to be familiar to you, and you're going to say, oh, okay, I've heard this before. This story is found in Luke 25 and 37. On one occasion, an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. He said, "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "What is written in the law?" he replied. "How do you read it?" He answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do this and you will live." But he wanted to justify himself, so he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" In reply, Jesus said, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed on the other side." This is pretty interesting. A priest sees you. Now he sees you beat down, half naked, and he walks on the other side. In other words, he doesn't even want to encounter what you're going through. He don't want to have a thing to do with what you're going through. So too, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by the other side also. But a Samaritan, and if you understand what a Samaritan was to the Jews, you'll understand they were like, stay away. It's almost like who we were 45, 50, 60, 70 years ago. It's just the way it was.
Amen.
Stay away from them. You know how they are. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was. And when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him, bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him into an inn, and took care of him. He went so far to say the next day he took out 2 denarii. 2 denarii, 1 denarii is a day's labor. He took out 2 denarii and gave it to the innkeeper. "Look after it," he said, "and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have had." Which of these do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers? Jesus asked. The expert in the law replied, "The one who had mercy on him." And Jesus told him, "Go and do likewise." Now, which one would you say was salt? The Samaritan? Or the priest? Or the Levite? Actually, the Samaritan. He did what should have been done. He helped an individual that needed help. He was showing salt. That's salt. That's what salt is about. And where there is hatred, we too exemplify the love of Christ, returning good for evil. We are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise the Father in heaven. We don't just live out our lives. We don't just live out our faith inside these walls or inside the walls of our churches, in our homes. We're not to be the world. We're to be in the world. And we are citizens of the earthly kingdom. as well as the heavenly one. We are instructed to feed the sick. To feed the hungry and clothe the naked and care for the sick. We, as light, have to speak up about the truth. What he showed them was truth. I tell my team members daily, if you don't want the truth, don't ask it. Because a lot of times, the truth is cutting. The truth is a cutting-edge sword. It's a two-edged sword. It says that that two-edged sword cuts asunder down to the marrow. We're talking about the bone. And a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. The truth, in actuality, is what he told those individuals. They were cut to the heart. You've heard that saying in the Bible, there will be gnashing of teeth.
Yeah.
That day, I can promise you, there was gnashing of teeth. Because they knew they were wrong. They knew what was transpiring. But he brought it to their attention. The presence of light in darkness is something that's unmistakable. As Christians, we must be light, that light in the darkness. We have to be. If we're not that light, if we're not that salt, who's going to be the light and salt? I promise you, it's not going to be that individual that passed by that kid. It's not going to be by those individuals that walked by and thought about stopping. It took hesitation. They didn't stop. They didn't go for the full effort. They weren't salt. They might have been imitation salt, but they weren't salt. When you make an attempt to do something, you have to follow it through, all the way through. It's not a stopping point. In the sense that our good deed must be evident for all to see, and in the respect that glorifies our Heavenly Father, that's our task. That's what we have to do. We have to go beyond the norm. We have to go what they call that extra mile. Salt goes that extra mile. Light goes that extra mile. This is what separates the Christian from the world. But the world notices when we react to help a brother or sister in need. It only takes one person or one individual to change something, to cause change, to bring about change. You think about it, one lady, as Brother Thomas mentioned a while back, Madam O'Hare, she did one thing and it brought about change. But the change she brought about was prayer in school. It shut it down. There are people that want to take In God We Trust off the dollar. Take it off the nickels. Take it off the quarters. There is a society going around now called freedom from religion. It's amazing how in this United States and in this world we have an opportunity to fight every Christian foundation that we have. The only way that we can stop it is to be salt and light. It seems like the role of the Christian as salt and light in the world may be hindered or even prevented through any choice or compromise or settle for that which is convenient or comfortable. Only by remaining focused on Christ and being obedient to Him can we expect to remain salt and light in the world. When we act upon and go out and be the salt and the light of this world, we become who God and who Jesus intended for us to be. I used to hear something by a former pastor of mine that I use and I keep to this day. It says, love is an action. I choose to love. Love never fails.
Yeah.
Proverbs 16:7 says that when a man's ways please the Lord, he even makes his enemies at peace with him. This is what a pastor told me a while back. We are, everyone in here, are winners. We are what we call winners. Winners stand for when I never, never, ever react selfishly. We are winners. This church body is winners.
Amen.
But we can't just sit in these wooden pews and be winners.
Amen.
We have to investigate what we need to do. Not just in Lisman, but everything. Lisman's important, I understand that. I don't live in Lisman. But in Tuscaloosa alone, it's important, where I live. So we are salt, and we are light. And like the word tells us, we won't do a whole lot of good when we cover that light up with a bushel.
All right.
In actuality, that light was intended to be put on a hill,
That's right.
or put in a house to light the whole house.
Amen.
This is our house.
That's right.
Yes.
Inside that house is the light and the salt.